number 2 starting now. Number 1, sorry. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Okay, plays have started. No issues this time around. So at Koster is going to build a strong left. In Rahmations doing a similar thing, although Rahmations going for the more strong left. Both players are Tetris ready, and there's a Tetris for both players. So far, no surprises here. The game is going smoothly. Rahmations and Koster both gate of Tetris. Somali, where is this Somali? I still have Somali in my mind for some reason. At Koster and Rahmations are both at 45,000. Rahmations gets another Tetris. At Koster couldn't go for that Tetris, so he's playing high, avoiding burns, but now he is in a drought. Oh, but gets a Tetris. Rahmations also going to set up some burns. Rahmations right now at 91, at Koster at 70. Tetris 4 at Koster at 93, and another one to 116. Rahmations at 114. So Rahmations is in the ooh, what happened there? Rahmations didn't go for the Tetris, but he goes for it now. Looks like, I don't know, something went wrong. Rahmations right now at 137, at Koster at 140. Tetris 4 Rahmations, Tetris 4 at Koster. 163 4 at Koster, 161 for Rahmations. He just lost 30 frames. Oh my goodness, 300 frames. This is not good. Anyway, Rahmations is in the lead at 184, at Koster at 186. So this is still a very close game. Rahmations is in the lead. At Koster and Rahmations are tied right now. Koster gets a Tetris, Rahmations gets a Tetris. They are tied at 209, 380 exactly. Both players getting burns, 211, 280. Both players with exact same score for now. Ooh, at Koster missed the S-spin, so he'll have to keep burning. Rahmations needs to set up some burns, get some burns as well. Tetris 4 at Koster, Tetris 4 Rahmations. Rahmations 234, at Koster 237. So still a very neck and neck game. The leads are going to be going back and forth. At Koster with a blocked well, he gets it open. He needs to rebalance the board. Tetris for Rahmations. Rahmations takes the lead at 260. However, he has a longer dependency on the left side. Tetris for Rahmations. Rahmations at 283. At Koster at 263. At Koster is Tetris ready. Rahmations need to go for a bird, for a dig. Tetris 4 at Koster at 289, Rahmations at 291. At Koster right now at 315, Rahmations 295. So at Koster is now in the lead and having the cleaner board, getting another Tetris to 338. Rahmations is cleaning up. Rahmations is trying to get Tetris ready. Tetris 4 at Koster, 361, Rahmations at 305. Tetris 4 at Koster at 384, Rahmations at 309. Tetris 4 at Koster at 385, Rahmations 335. So at Koster remains in the lead and expanding it further. Tetris 4 Rahmations, Tetris 4 at Koster at 430 and Rahmations at 380. At Koster right now, getting Tetris ready. Tetris for Rahmations to 403, trying to reduce the gap. At Koster waiting for a Lombard, there's the Tetris for him, and he's now at 476. Rahmations goes for the dependency first, still Tetris ready. Now had to use the Lombard for another dependency, and he's opened the well. Rahmations at 406, at Koster 499. Tetris for Rahmations 429. We're now on the last lanes, at least for Rahmations. Rahmations now has 18 lines left, and at Koster has 17. Rahmations is Tetris ready. At Koster needing to clean up. And there's the Tetris 4 at Koster at 546. Tetris for Rahmations to 454. 12 lines left for a Koster and Rahmations at this point. Both players are Tetris ready. Tetris for Rahmations and then for at Koster at 569. Hey now. Rahmations at 500. So keep in mind that there is a prize pool for these Division 1 players, and so contribute to it in Matcherino. I think there are still codes left even, so it could even be free for you to contribute. We have transition for both players. 549 for Rahmations at 616 for at Koster. Transition for at Koster to Tetris for at Koster at 640. Rahmations who need to go for a couple burns to get the stack clean. At Koster having a very risky board right now and goes for a triple to keep things safe. Rahmations at 578. Tetris 4 at Koster 575. At Koster is setting up. Tetris ready. Rahmations gets a Tetris. Unfortunately, that square misdrop will force him to dig a little bit. Rahmations at 616 and at Koster at 678. So the gap has reduced a little bit, but at Koster remains in the lead. At Koster right now at 682. Rahmations 618. So 2 Tetris separating them right now. At Koster is Tetris ready. Rahmations Tetris ready. Tetris for both players. Rahmations and with another Tetris to 674, and at Koster at 719. So 2 Tetrises, less than 2 Tetris separating them right now. Tetris for at Koster trying to expand his lead further, maintain the lead. At Koster at 775, over 100,000 points in the lead. Tetris for Rahmations catching up at 734. So this is a very good game for both players here at level 19. At Koster is Tetris ready, playing high. Goes for a triple, goes for a Tetris. Tetris for Rahmations. Rahmations at 764. At Koster at 811. Tetris for at Koster. Rahmations waiting for a lumbar. At Koster is Tetris ready. Tetris for Rahmations. Rahmations at 795. Samuel Tetris 7871 for at Koster 826 for Rahmations. The gap starts to reduce here as Rahmations has been able to maintain the cleaner board. Gets another Tetris to 857. Rahmations Tetris ready. Tetris for at Koster at 906. Rahmations 857. Tetris for at Koster. Rahmations, and Rahmations is now at 922, catching up pretty closely. At Koster at 939. A dirty Tetris setup for Rahmations, but he blocked the well. He needs to get the well open. Gets the Tetris, dirty Tetris, 956 for Rahmations, and a max out for at Koster with a max out at 1,003,000. Tetris for Rahmations 993. Ooh, that tuck didn't go for the J fail, and the square is going to be trouble. At Koster with a clean board has a 1,071,000. Rahmations 998. He's getting the max, 1,001,000 right now. He's double ready, but he will have to go for burns now as he blocked the well. Rahmations at 1,006,000 at Koster. With 8 lines left, he has 2 Tetris left in level 28, 1,139,000. Rahmations 1,014,000. Rahmations needs to roll hard. This is looking very rough. And at Koster topped at 1,139,000. So this is a chase down for Rahmations. Rahmations needs to get 1,140 and 840 score. 1,140. This is less than 2 Tetrises at this point. For Rahmations, we'll see if Rahmations is gonna play it safe. Let's keep in mind that there is a line cap on the levels he can play, so looks like he will go for some doubles and triples, not going to risk it much. He's getting pretty close. $1,140,000 is the score needed. Koster Rahmations is currently 30,000 points away, so it's still not free. He's getting triples that help quite a bit to reduce these. He's already 15,000 points away, so this looks doable as long as there's no misdrops. Rahmations is doing his best to avoid them. He's 6,000 points away, 3,000, and it looks like a couple more burns will do. He's going for a double and takes it, the game number 1. Very unfortunate top out there for at Koster, who was playing very high and couldn't get the T over, and that ended the game right there. Okay, let's get this going. Rahmations and at Koster so far, building clean. Koster status ready, Rahmations status ready. No burns for either player. Rahmations trying to rebalance the board. Koster having to set up a burn with a square. Tetris 4 at Koster at 45,000, 23,000. Rahmations at 45. Tetris 4 at Koster, 47,000. Tetris 4 at Koster, 69 hey now, but Rahmations hasn't gone for any burns yet. Rahmations having a bit of an unbalanced board. He will have to maybe set up some burns. He's getting the split double. He might switch to the right column 3, we'll see. He's doing so. His Tetris ready. Tetris 4 at Koster in the lead at 116, Rahmations at 95, Tetris 4 Rahmations at 117 taking the lead for now. Still again a very close game between these players. Tetris 4 at Koster 139, Rahmations getting a Tetris to 140 taking the lead. Koster at 161 in the lead, Rahmations at 142. Tetris 4 at Koster 184, Rahmations 145. Tetris 4 at Koster, Rahmations went for the defensive first. Koster right now maintaining the lead at 207, Rahmations at 171. But Koster gets a Tetris to 230, Rahmations gets a Tetris to 194. Koster is cleaning up. Tetris for Rahmations at Koster, at Koster at 253, Tetris 4 at Koster to 275, Rahmations doing some cleanup, trying to get back in current position. He is building. Rahmations Tetris ready at Koster is already ready, waiting for the Lombard. Tetris 4 Rahmations, Tetris 4 at Koster. At Koster gets another Tetris to 321, Rahmations at 242. So strong lead for now for at Koster. Rahmations trying to catch up to it. At Koster with a very interesting Lombard placement. This will undo his Tetris readiness, so he will have to go for a triple. By the looks of it, he's going for burns. Tetris 4 Rahmations to 87 and another one to 310. Koster gets a triple to 329 and gets a Tetris to 352. So he remains in the lead, but Rahmations is less than 2 Tetris away. Tetris 4 at Koster at 375. Rahmations is Tetris ready. At Koster is setting up from row 2. He was trying to line spin. Oh, gotcha. Very unfortunate. I missed it actually. Rahmations is having a blocked well, so this will slow him down. Koster is getting Tetrises from row 2 still. 444 for at Koster. Rahmations at 342, so at Koster is over 100,000 points in the lead. Rahmations had to slow down as he had to face a very uncomfortable dig. At Koster is Tetris ready. Rahmations getting a Tetris to 368. Tetris 4 at Koster and Rahmations again. 494 at Koster. 391 for Rahmations. Tetris 4 at Koster. 513. Rahmations 54814. So this is still a very strong game from Koster. He gets another Tetris and opens the well. Gets back to the bottom and starts to build. at Koster at 537, Rahmations 437. At Koster is Tetris ready, Tetris 4 at Koster at 560. Transition is coming for these players, both players are clean. At Koster right now at 560, Rahmations at 459. Both players waiting for a lumbar. And it looks like the lumbar is taking a bit to come, so let's see if the players will get the lumbar soon. Koster and Rahmations starting to get burns to keep the stack safe. No lumbar yet, and there's the lumbar. Tetris for both players. At Koster at 589, Rahmations at 486. We are now in the last lines. At Koster has 10 lines left, and Rahmations has 11. We are about to get the last Tetris as before transition. Rahmations trying to get into scoring position. His Tetris ready. At Koster is clean at 128 lines. He's waiting for the right pieces to get into scoring position. He needs a J. A J doesn't come. He goes for the S spin and transitions at 636. Rahmations transitioned at 543. Tetris for Rahmations. Rahmations reducing the gap. Koster getting the Tetris to 685. Rahmations 568. At Koster is Tetris ready. Rahmations is needing to clean up. Rahmations at Koster also in a similar situation. This is not looking good for a Koster. Gets a good lumbar that will help him keep the stack low. Koster trying to survive this, as this is not the best sequence of pieces that he needs. He misses the J over his down at 692. This is a chase down for Rahmations. 693 is the score to get for Rahmations. He's still not free for Rahmations, but looks like 2 Tetris will be good enough. There's one. And a Tetris on change. Koster is not happy with this top out in level 20, but we still have games to come, and Rahmations still doesn't have this for free. Or it gets a Tetris, and that's good enough. 3, 2, 1 Tetris. Okay, so far Rahmations and Koster doing the same opener, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 3, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 27 exact same piece placements from these players. This is the pro level that we can expect from this. And Koster right now at 68. Rahmations in the lead at 91. Koster playing high, needs to be very careful as the lumbar is not coming. Gets triple and the Tetris. Rahmations still going for no burns. 1 pushdown point. 114 is the score for Rahmations. Rahmations gets his first burn. Tetris 4 at Koster and 4 Rahmations. Rahmations at 137. Tetris 4 at Koster 145. Yeah. 27 piece placements, identical piece placements between these players. This is the level of play that these players have. They approach like the level of vision from even the AIs at this point. We gotta have a showcase of player versus human versus AI again, because things have changed quite a bit in the last couple of years. Oh my goodness. Rahmations playing with a very dirty board. At Koster in a very similar situation. This is not looking good for either player. At Koster lowering his stack, but these defenses are not looking good. At Koster at 197 gets a tuck for a vid from the vids, but still not clean. This is not looking good for at Koster. At Koster needs to clean up. Rahmations is also in trouble. At Koster trying to get his stack open. Getting some good pieces, gets the well open, needs to get a lumbar soon, but lumbar is not coming when needed. Oh my goodness, this is not looking good. And Koster is still trying to survive this Getting pieces over, needs a lumber soon, but it's not coming. Oh my goodness, lumber came too late. Koster trying to survive, it's at 210, and Rahmations takes the lead. But Koster is safe, oh my goodness, and takes the lead on top of that. At Koster at 265, Rahmations at 216. My goodness, I was on the edge of my seat with that dig from a Koster. He was playing from like rows 15, 16, even 17 at some points. And yeah, just like that, Koster is still alive and in the lead on top of that. 294 at Koster, 283 for Rahmations. The Beep of Powers owner. Rahmations right now at 306 is in the lead. Koster needs to clean up. Maybe he will play from row 3, we'll see it. He has a lumber dependency, he is getting Tetris ready. Tetris ready from row 3. Ooh, but he got the lumber a bit too late, needs another one. It's not looking good. But Koster is still surviving this. Gets the lumber, gets the Tetris, and he keeps cleaning up. At Koster at 323, Rahmations at 330, Rahmations with a blocked well. He gets the well open but blocks it again. So this is an opportunity for Koster to catch up. Gets a triple to 329. Rahmations is clean again but blocks the well for a delayed burn. He creates a lumber dependency in column 8, gets the lumber for a triple. Now needs some pieces on the left side. At Koster trying to clean up as well. At Koster at 334, Rahmations gets a Tetris to 366, maintain the lead. Oh, at Koster still trying to work with these pieces. Lots of S's, my goodness. Every other piece is an S right now. That was pretty nasty. But he's recovering. But this means that Rahmations remains in the lead at 380, at Koster at 340, Tetris for at Rahmations. Rahmations at 403, at Koster needing to get his stack clean. This has been a pretty suffer game for him, especially with these very high digs. He's getting the J over. At Koster at 349, Rahmations at 425. At Koster is cleaning up. Koster is transitioning at 353, Rahmations about to transition. At Koster starting up at 30, Tetris ready. Tetris for at Koster to 388, Rahmations at 472. Rahmations dealing with lots of S and Z's, getting the tucks in and Tetris ready. Rahmations at Koster with the row 4 Tetris setup, oh my goodness. He had to block it, however, gets the well open, settles for the triple and he's trying to get the stack down. Lumber's coming late for him. Very bad timings there, and at Koster is falling behind quite a bit here. Getting a dirty Tetris, however, 429 for at Koster, 534 Rahmations. Rahmations playing high, trying to get the well open and get back into scoring position. At Koster right now at 456, Rahmations 562. Dirty Tetris for at Koster to 491. Rahmations remains in the lead at 590. At Koster, Rahmations Tetris ready. At Koster is cleaning up. Koster is trying to get back in scoring position. He's going for a column 8. Tetris ready. Hopefully he gets it. Gets the Tetris to 531. But Rahmations so far with a cleaner board. He remains in the lead at 578. At Koster trying to keep going for column 8. Gets a board ready and there's the Tetris 4 at Koster to 564. Rahmations gets a triple to 686. Tetris 4 at Koster. At Koster is still committing to column 8. He's building. His Tetris ready and gets a Tetris to 627. Rahmations, however, at 747. Very strong game from Rahmations on this 19 speeds. At Koster doing adjustments to maintain the double well. His Tetris ready. Rahmations gets a Tetris to 783. At Koster ready level 26. This needs to be Pretty much a perfect game for him if he wants to catch up to Rahmations. Rahmations still at level 25, 784 to score. So yeah, time for Rahmations at Koster to try to avoid the burns, but he blocks the well and he needs to get it open again. This is getting rough. At Koster is at level 27, Tetris 4 at Rahmations, 855 at Koster at 737. This will require 29 play, looks like. Tetris 4 at Koster at 772, Rahmations at 867. At Koster is Tetris ready, but he needs a Lombard. He's running out of lines. He only has room for one more Tetris in level 28. At Rahmations already at 871. At Koster at 819, playing into the kill screen. We'll see if the kill screen play will help him. Right now at 824. Oh no, Rahmations at 907. At Koster needs to reach the left side. He gets... Oh no, he looks like he couldn't get the Lombard over, and he's down at 829. Rahmations at 913 is good for game number 3 and the set. Sweeping on the Koster. Koster gave quite a fight, but Rahmations just played the longer game. GG. And let's get to the winner scene. Oh, sorry. I misclicked. So let's see how this ends for Rahmations. He's still at level 32. And this ends at Koster run in Division 1A for this season. He stays in Division 1, which is quite an accomplishment. 3 games to 3. Rahmations is leading the division, pretty much almost guaranteeing promotion. Okay. So let's go and end this. I can show you here. Please ignore this. This is not up to date. Let me refresh this. What's it take? Where is it taking it from? What? This is not the... This is not right. For some reason it's showing something that it's not the right one. Okay, never mind. Let's see. Yep, this is not working. Ignore this. For some reason this is not giving the right scoreboard. Anyway. Okay, now it's giving the right scoreboard. Thank you very much for watching. Let's go and rate someone. If we have any recommendations, please let me know. Yeah, I just refreshed. The thing is, it wasn't refreshing for some reason. Okay, so it's time to raid. I suppose that we can raid Hydrant or monthly Tetris. Any preference whatsoever? I'm gonna raid Hydrant. He's doing a floor tournament. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good one. Bye bye. Oh my goodness,